Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Sunday the 10th of September 2023. I hope you are keeping okay, keeping fine, keeping well, doing your best, exercising a bit, eating a moderate amount of food, not overeating, or being undernourished or underfed. There's a right and healthy balance somewhere there. I hope you find it. Finding a balance, that's an interesting concept, isn't it, in life? It's one of the most important things about, that Thai people think about anyway, is trying to live a pretty balanced life, and I think that's an important thing. I started this channel because I would like people to use logic in life quite often, in particular when it comes to things like choosing medical care, or diet or exercise, and understanding statistics and really proper scientific, the scientific method, of course. That's really the right way forward. Science is constantly changing, of course. It doesn't remain the same. It's not a religion or anything like that, but good to follow and try to keep up with proper scientific trends, etc. Two areas of life where I find it really difficult myself, and I think that most human beings do too. One is in the area of the heart, and I'm not talking about the physical heart, I'm talking about the, should I say metaphysical? I mean, in the area of love. People fall in love, and that definitely defies logic. I think the most illogical thing is that kind of temporary psychosis we call love, but if you haven't fallen in love, you may be lacking some characteristic that makes you human, I think. But I mean, love can be temporary or permanent actually for some people, but it's logic doesn't normally come into it. Another area where logic for me always or rather never comes into it, not never but hardly ever comes into it, is about finance. I think I don't have a very strict regimen when it comes to finance and what should be done, what shouldn't be done, that kind of thing. What do I mean? Well, there are some people who spend their whole life penny pinching, checking, doing everything they possibly can to save every penny in every direction. They give to charity because they can save XX dollars on their tax returns, or they plan various saving schemes so that when they eventually retire, assuming they don't die before, of course, they will have X amount of yen or whatever the currency is to have this and that. And some people are fiscally very astute, and they spend their whole life planning their finances. And to me, I have never been able to do that, and would not like to do that either. I think I just don't think it's me. It's not who I am, really. I don't mean that I should just go away and go and throw all my money around, but when it comes to logic, definitely I'm not in the game when it comes to finance. What I mean is, I didn't have my car this morning. I missed out on my white privilege. I don't often take my white privilege, but once a month though, I drive to this supermarket in the middle of town, which is super expensive, and the clientele are mostly ambassadors and expat CEOs and stuff like that. They have this imported stuff that you simply cannot get elsewhere. I mean, it's just really great selection of food, and some locally produced products that you can't get elsewhere in Thailand as well, but kind of catering to the expat crowd. And so I don't go there very often. It's too expensive for me, but once a month or something like that. And if you have a German car or an Italian sports car, you get to park right kind of outside the door, 10 steps from the door, and that's the only time I ever use my white privilege, is that they let me park just outside. And today I had to go by train and carry a couple of plastic bags and get them back on the train, so I didn't get to use it today. But I was thinking that I could go by taxi, right? And if I went by taxi once a month from now until I die, it still wouldn't be as much as the many thousands of dollars I'm going to be paying for my car to be repaired. It's illogical, right? Doesn't make sense. Definitely financially not astute. I should just just go by taxi and forget having a car. And those days, whenever I do want to go out somewhere, just go by public transport or go in a taxi or something like that. It would be cheaper. But I'm not hitched to money that severely. And for me, having the car is just nice from time to time. I think that's all there is to it, really. Okay. Let's get on with the game of Sudoku. I've been rabbiting away here for a long time. Rabbiting is a slang word for Londoners. So let's get on with the New York Times hard levels puzzle, shall we? I'm going to start with the 4s because I spotted the 4s looking quite tasty. There we go. 4 there. 4 blocking these 2 squares. This 4 blocking this square here, actually. Ooh, if I can only get you to go right. So this 4 blocking this square here. You know where I was going. Down there. We have the 4 blocking down here and across there. So 4 in those 2 squares blocking that way, and a 4 down there. So we will have 4 wherever we go. We have 1 across here and down here. There's our digit 1. 1 going up, to the top here, up here, and 1 across there. There is our digit 1. Eight blocking down here and down here will give me an 8 over here. Seven up here. Get to the top there, you. 7 here. There's a 7. Okay, I've got a pair of 7 and 2 here because we've got 7 and 2 in that row and 2 and 7 in that row. So here's a pair of 2 and 7. We have 1s in those squares there. 2. What do we know about 3? Anything? No. 5. What did I say? 2 and 7. Okay, so this 1 and 6 blocking across here, right? So this is 1 and 6. Okay, gotcha now. So 6 is in those squares. Okay, 9 blocking across here. I'm just doing this, going off in a slightly different direction because I see some things. So 9 has to be there, doesn't it? So here will be 3, 5, 8, and we have 5 and 8 there. So that is going to be a 3. 3 across here, and down there. It means that must be our 3. Seven blocks this square and 7 blocks this square, so there we will have a 7. This will be a pair of 2, 6. We have 2 blocking here and down there, so 2 will go up there, so this has to be 2, or if you prefer 2 blocking those squares there. And we have 5 blocking here and up here, so this is in fact a pair of 2 and 5, isn't it? So knowing that's 2 and 5, we know that this has to be 3 and 6, and so this will be our 5 here, and these 2 squares this is 2 and 5, so this is going to be 6 and 9. Oh, and that's 6, 9 down there, so that makes sense. Now, what did I work out before? Oh yeah, this was 2 and 7, wasn't it? Because of our 2, 7 in the top row. Okay, so 6 blocking across here, so this must be 6 in one of those squares. This can't be 6. That has to be 6. And this must be whatever's left, which is a 3. Well, we've done a lot of stuff up here, but looking down here, there's not much going on. Come on, get with it. Get with the plan. I think I've got something. We have 2 blocking here, right? And I said that this is a pair of 2 and 5 over here. So that means that this square can't be 2, so 2 has got to be in one of these 2 squares, right? And this cannot be 2, but we need a 2 in this column, so that will be our 2, and this will be our 6. 6 down here and 6 across here. Here is our 6. And I said this was 2 and 5, so this would be a 9. And our 6 will end this column here. One blocks across here, and one will have to be in one of these 2 squares, blocking there. 1 up, 1 down. There is digit 1. Now we know this is 1 and 2, right? We just said 2 can't be here. Clearly 1 can't be there. 1 and 2 here. So this is the other number. The other number is a 9. Missing numbers here are 3, 5, 8, 9, I believe. Let me just double check. 3, 5, 8, 9. Yes, and 3, 8, and 9 are all in this row, so that is going to be a 5. Right, the numbers left here are 3, 8, 9, and I don't know much about that. I know the 3 is there and the 9 is there. I think now it's getting a bit trickier. Now, come back over here. This was 1 and 2. This is going to be 8 and 9. Oh, that's okay. We've got the 9 blocking there. There's our 9. There's our 8 now. 8 up here. 8 is one of our missing numbers blocking that way. 8 across here. There is our 8, and the last number to get across here is a 5. 5 down here, 5 across here, there's our 5 to go. 5 across here, 5 across here, 5 down here, there is our 5. And that will leave us 5s like this. Eight blocks this square and this square, so in the bottom row there is our 8. 8 blocks up here, 8 across here, there is our 8. 8 going up here and up here, there is our 8. 3 blocks this square here, here is our 3. The last number to place here is a 9. 9 goes down here and across there. There goes our 9. 9 across, if I can extend it to the end, there we go, 9 there. 8 and 9 are done. The last number to place here is a 3. We can't finish off the 3s because they look like that. Right, what can we do then? Oh, excuse me, I'm banging the microphone stand. We've got 5 blocking this square. Now over here we had 2 and 5, if you remember, so we know the 5 is going to be there, the 2 is going to be there, and that will have to be our 2. The last here are 4, 5, 6. We have 5 down here and up there, there's our 5. We have 4 down here for the 4, and we'll finish with a 6 there. 6 is what we need for this column. I just see it there. 6 blocks across here, there's our 6. 6 blocking up here and across here, there's our 6. The last number here is a 1. 1 blocking down here, there's our 1. That's finished now. Here we need a 2. The 2 will block up that way and give me the 2 there. The last number to place here is a 7. We still need a 7 here, if I can get it right. 7 across there, 7 down here, there's our 7. The missing number here, I think it's a 3. It was 3 blocks across here, there's our 3. The missing number here, 2, I think. 2 across here, there's our 2. And to finish, 4 will do it. That's a pretty straightforward game for a Sunday. Our New York Times hard level puzzle. Bye bye.